Hello students, my name is Niyati Said and thanks for watching Edupedia word videos. My topic for the presentation is second section of circulatory system. In this, we are going to study about the composition of the bloods and the blood groups. Okay, so let's proceed towards our topic. First, we will study about the types of the circulatory system. Okay, so circulatory system, they are of two types, open type and the closed type. Now what happens in open circulatory system? Here the blood is pumped by the heart that passes through the large vessels into the open spaces or cavities, which we call it as a sinuses. Okay, and this is the characteristics of arthropods and molluscans. Okay, now we will study about the closed type. Here, in closed circulatory system, blood is pumped by the heart, is circulated through blood vessels. Okay, and it is more advantageous, more beneficial as the flow of fluid can be precisely regulated by different blood vessels. Okay, and this is the distinguishing feature of annelids and the chordates. Okay. These are the hearts of the vertebrates. In fishes, there are two chambers and one atrium or auricle. Auricle and atrium, they both are the same thing. Okay, and a ventricle. Okay, and in amphibians, there are three chambers in its heart, two auricles and one ventricle. And in reptiles, except crocodiles, it has three chambers. Okay, incomplete partition is also there for ventricles. Okay, now comes crocodiles, birds and mammals. Okay, that means crocodile was an exception in the reptilian category. So the crocodiles are included in the mammal or the bird category, which has four chambers, two auricles and two ventricles. Okay. Now, the circulatory system is of two types. Okay, the one we have already studied, that is open and the closed. In open circulatory system, blood is pumped by the heart that passes through the large vessels into the open spaces or the body cavities, which we call it as a sinuses. And in closed circulatory system, the blood is pumped by the heart, which is always circulated through a closed network of blood vessels. Okay, and this was the distinguishing feature of annelids and the chordates. Okay. Now, there are about three patterns of circulation which are seen: single circulation, incomplete double circulation and the double circulation. Okay, now what happens in single circulatory system? It is seen in fishes, okay, in which the heart pumps out deoxygenated blood, which is oxygenated by the gills and sent to the body parts, from where deoxygenated blood is carried to the heart. Okay, and this is known as single circulation. This is the pathway I have written: deoxygenated blood from heart to the oxygenated by gills, and thus it supplies to the other rest body parts, and deoxygenated blood is then pumped to heart. Okay, so this is the distinguishing feature of fishes. And then comes incomplete double circulation. Okay, in lungfishes, amphibians and in reptiles, the left auricle gets oxygenated blood from the gills, lungs, skin, buccopharyngeal cavity, and the right atrium receives the deoxygenated blood from the other body parts. But both oxygenated and deoxygenated blood, they get mixed blood. and this is called as incomplete double circulation. Okay. Now comes the double circulation. Okay. This is the most distinguishing feature of crocodile, birds and mammals. Okay. In this, oxygenated and the deoxygenated blood received from the left and the right auricle respectively passes on to the left and the right ventricle respectively. Okay. That means left auricle to left ventricle and right auricle to right ventricle. Now, oxygenated and the deoxygenated blood is not mixed, unlike incomplete double circulation. Okay. So, the ventricle pump it out without any mixing. Thus, two separate circulatory pathways are found in these animals. This is called as double circulation, which includes systemic circulation and pulmonary circulation, which we have already studied in my previous slide. Okay.
You can feel your heart thudding away every time you put your hand to your chest. But do you have any idea what's really going on in there, or what keeps your heart ticking as it should? Every day, your heart beats about 100,000 times, sending 2,000 gallons of blood surging through your body. Although it's no bigger than your fist, your heart has the mighty job of keeping the blood flowing through 60,000 miles of blood vessels that feed your organs and tissues. Food, water and oxygen are essential for the existence of human life. Blood transports all these substances through various channels called blood vessels. Blood vessels involves arteries, veins, capillaries. To keep the blood flowing throughout our body, we have a pumping system, and the heart is the pump, which is composed of muscle that pumps blood throughout the body, beating approximately 72 times per minute of our lives. The human heart has 4 chambers: the right atrium, the left atrium, the right ventricle, and the left ventricle. There are 4 valves in the heart. These valves are tricuspid valve, mitral valve, aortic valve, pulmonic valve. These valves are one-way valves. Now, you have seen the structure of the heart. Let us find out how it works. The blood becomes oxygen-rich by absorbing oxygen in the lungs. The function of the heart starts when oxygenated blood is carried from the lungs to the left atrium of the heart by means of the pulmonary veins. The left atrium relaxes, this blood is pumped into the heart. When the left atrium contracts, the left ventricle relaxes simultaneously. The left atrium pushes the blood into the left ventricle through the one-way valve. When the left ventricle contracts, the blood is pumped into the aorta, which carries oxygenated blood to the different parts of the body, except the lungs. Oxygenated blood reaches the different parts of the body through the blood vessels called the arteries. The arteries gets branched into capillaries, which then reaches to the different organs of the body. The blood then becomes deoxygenated, and the blood capillaries gets mixed and form thicker blood vessels called the veins. The veins carry deoxygenated blood to the heart. The blood vessels that carry deoxygenated blood to heart are known as the vena cava. The deoxygenated blood from different parts of body enters the upper right chamber of the heart, which is called the right atrium. The right atrium gets contracted, allowing the blood to flow into the right ventricle, which contracts with the expansion of the right atrium through the one-way valve. The right ventricle then contracts, pushing the blood into the pulmonary artery. The pulmonary artery carries the deoxygenated blood to the lungs for oxygenation. The lungs oxygenate the blood by exchanging of gases and flows back into the heart through the pulmonary vein, and starts the circulatory cycle all over again.